Hi, my name is Dana and I'll be your host today. In this video, I will share with you the most common documents and requirements for seamless clearance process.
All right, now let's talk about common customs documentation. First, let's learn how to fill up the commercial invoice. Fill in the FedEx International Area Bill number on letter A. Next is B and C, which is the shipper details and consignee details. Make sure to fill in complete name, address, telephone number, business registration number, customs or tax ID number as required. Letter D is the country where the merchandise was grown, mined, or manufactured in accordance with customs regulation. Letter E, fill up the complete details of the item being shipped, including name, part number, serial numbers, and HS numbers if available. And letter F is please declare one currency type only. And letter G is sign your name and date. Here's a sample of a correctly filled up commercial invoice. Material Safety Data Sheet or MSDS are required for importation of chemicals. It includes information such as the properties of each chemical, the physical, health, and environmental health hazards, protective measures, and safety precautions for handling, storing, and transporting the chemical. There are times, however, that the MSDS the customer sends us do not have the chemical abstract service number or the CAS, which is a unique identifier assigned to one chemical substance. In that case, we will have to coordinate with the customer again for the said information. So, for shipments that contain chemicals, we recommend that you inform the shipper to provide the correct copy of the MSDS, complete with the CAS number, along with the shipping documents, so that when customs require it, we can immediately present it to them. If the shipper is sending multiple items, the shipper must provide a packing list. The packing list must accurately and clearly describe the goods, the quantity, the net weight, and the gross weight of each carton, as well as a description of the packing method, for example, how the goods were packaged, such as in boxes, crates, drums, and others. All right, let's talk about requirements to process lifting of abandonments. There are four ways that a shipment will be deemed abandoned. On the right side of the screen, you will see that the most common of this is the failure to file an entry within 15 days from the date of shipment arrival. Other reasons would be permits and or licenses for regulated items not complied to within 15 days from the time of final assessment, duties and taxes not settled within 15 days from final assessment notice, package not claimed within 30 days upon settlement of duties and taxes. Now let's talk about the requirements for company. Request letter for lifting of abandonment, notarized affidavit of undertaking, copy of signatory's government issued ID, general information sheet from Securities and Exchange Commission, secretary's certificate, notarized authorization to submit lifting requests on behalf of the company, specimen, signature, and certificate of registration. For sole proprietorship, request letter for lifting of abandonment, notarized affidavit of undertaking, copy of signatory's government issued ID, DTI certificate, special power of attorney, and specimen signature. Important note, processing takes 1 to 2 weeks depending on the availability of BOC signatory. The fees are for the penalty for lifting of abandonment is 10,000 pesos, docket fee is 500 pesos, and documentary stamps is 30 pesos. In cases where incorrect information have been declared, we may still file for amendment, which will be subject to the approval of customs. On the screen, you will see the requirements that the customer has to submit to request for amendment of information. Important note, amendment process usually takes 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the availability of signatories. There's also no guarantee that the request will be approved. It will pass through the review of several customs officials who shall decide and grant the approval. All amendment fees are subject to 500 peso amendment fee. There is no process of amendment of declared value. An importer must secure the proper regulatory requirement prior to the arrival of the shipment in the Philippines. Otherwise, it will cause delays in the clearance of the shipment in customs. The following are the common requirements: FDA permit, CPR certificate of product registration, and LTO or license to operate, NTC import permit or certification, OMB clearance, BPS clearance, BAI clearance, a TRIG or authority to release imported goods, CI or certificate of identification, CO or certificate of origin, BFAR clearance, and PNP clearance. Commodity subject to special requirements. Proof of payment. Customs may require a customer to provide proof of payment in the form of an official receipt, bank telegraphic transfer, remittance, or any supporting document for the declared value if they have reasons to doubt the truth or accuracy of the declared value. If the customer fails to provide proof of payment, customs may upgrade the value of the shipment based on the EVRIS or Enhanced Value Reference Information System, or they may impose 20% surcharge on the dutiable value of the goods, in accordance to Section 1402 of CMTA. What is Enhanced Value Reference Information System, or EVRIS? This refers to the database of reference values that will operate in the electronic to mobile system, or the E2M system. It is designed to determine if the declared value made by the importer actually represents the transaction value or the price actually paid or payable when sold for export to the Philippines. Another requirement is the brochure or product literature. If customs need more information about an imported article, they may require a submission of brochure. This is to help in identifying the correct classification or tariff rate of the imported article, which is why we are encouraging importers to declare the specific description of the imported articles in the commercial invoice. And last is the DG Shipper's Declaration Goods. Customs require this document for shipments that contain dangerous goods. It is a certification from the shipper that the cargo has been packed, labeled, and declared in accordance with the IATA Dangerous Goods Regulation. What are the requirements for repair and return shipments? Certificate of Identification, or CI, and or Certificate of Inspection and Loading, or CIL, must be secured from customs before the shipment's departure from the Philippines and must indicate that the shipment is for repair. Another one is Export Declaration, or CTE, or Certificate of Tax Exemption from DOF or Department of Finance. For return to sender shipments, or RTS, the shipper has to provide a valid account number for freight duties, taxes, and local charges. The shipment must also complete the import clearance, including payment of duties and taxes. Misrouted or missorted shipments can be returned duty tax free, provided that shipment is for re-export within 48 hours from arrival, notified customs, not subject to alert order, and not a prohibited or regulated item. Shipping documents show shipment is not for or destined to the Philippines. There you have it. I hope you like this tutorial video. You can watch more tutorial videos in our PH YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the ring button to receive notification in our new videos. Once again, this is Dana saying thank you and see you on our next video.